Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore one of the most powerful combinations in Google Sheets using map, lambda, and query functions together to get the sum of a column. If you're working with large data sets in Google Sheets, you know how important it is to be able to manipulate and analyze your data efficiently. In this video, we'll dive into how you can leverage these three functions to achieve just that. We'll cover what each function does on its own, and then show you how to combine them to get the sum of a column in your Google Sheet. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use map, lambda, and query functions together to simplify complex data operations. So let's start with the basics. The map function is used to apply a transformation to each element in an array or range. It's essentially a way to perform an operation on every item in your dataset. Well, for example, if you want to multiply each value in a column by 2, you can use the map function. The lambda function is a bit more complex. It allows you to define custom functions within Google Sheets. You can think of it as a way to create reusable blocks of code that perform specific operations on your data. Finally, the query function is used to execute SQL-like queries on your data in Google Sheets. It's an incredibly powerful tool for filtering, sorting, and aggregating your data. Now let's talk about how we can combine these functions to get the sum of a column. Imagine you have a table with sales data by region, and you want to calculate the total sales for each region. One way to do this is to use the query function to select the relevant columns, and then apply the sum aggregation. But what if you need to perform additional operations on your data before calculating the sum? That's where the map and lambda functions come in. You can use the map function to transform your data, for example by converting date strings to actual dates. Then, you can define a custom function using lambda that takes this transformed data as input. Here's an analogy to help illustrate this process. Think of map as a filter that cleans and prepares your data, lambda as a customized tool that performs specific operations on your data, and query as the machinery that executes these operations at scale. By combining these functions, you can create powerful workflows that simplify complex data analysis tasks. So, what are the key points to take away from this video? First, we explored how to use map, lambda, and query functions individually in Google Sheets. Then, we showed how you can combine them to achieve more complex operations, such as getting the sum of a column after performing transformations on your data. To summarize, use map to apply transformations to each element in an array or range. Define custom functions using lambda that take input and perform specific operations. Leverage query to execute SQL-like queries on your data and perform aggregations like sum. That's it for today's video. We hope you now have a solid understanding of how to combine map, lambda, and query functions in Google Sheets to simplify complex data analysis tasks. If you have any questions or need further clarification, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it and subscribe for more tutorials on using Google Sheets and other productivity tools. We're always here to help you get the most out of your spreadsheet experience.